Live from Tampa Bay, you are tuned in to Hoppe Hour.
The following message is from Dwayne the Mattress Guy from Mattress by Appointment, Hillsborough.
Hey Ryan, just calling in for Hoppe in the Morning. Your podcast's been killing it lately. Been loving it. Got the good vibes going. Nice job. That's right. We're doing 50 to 80% off retail. We've got the $25 down plan. Got to call me, text me. You know my number, 813-452-5555. We'll set up a private showing. Come take a look at all the queens that we got on display, but I've also got kings, fulls, and twins. Whatever you like, we're taking on the same day. Just the other day, a guy was in Javane, came in, I think 2 weeks ago. He was looking for a king, got the mattress and the box spring. And he had a 1 o'clock appointment with me on, I think it was on a Thursday. And we had it in his bedroom before 2 o'clock. It was like 10 minutes to 2. I was pulling up to his house. So, I mean, it's not easy. And, I take care of my people. One-on-one. I don't have a bunch of employees. Yeah, 813-452-5555. Ryan, you're doing a good job there. Thanks a lot. Appreciate all your help, and that's why I love using Mattress by Appointment to sponsor the podcast. Take it easy, man.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Hi, what's happening? This is Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. Call the show. You can always leave me a voicemail. 856-49-HOPPE. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. And if you're traditional, if you're old school, you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. And we have an announcement about the future of Hoppe Hour. So since transitioning to iHeartMedia, working every afternoon, Beckles and Retro on 95.3 WDAE, I've had some of the perks of working for iHeartMedia be able to manifest. And one of those perks is you can now listen to Hoppe Hour on the iHeartRadio app by searching up Hoppe Radio, like every other platform. But guess what? There's more.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go.
So you know how if you listen to 95.3, you can leave a message to Beckles and Retcher with the talkback button? All the morning shows in the iHeartRadio universe have the talkback button. Well, now Hoppe Hour, Hoppe Radio has the talkback button, so you can leave me a voicemail along with 856-49-HOPPE. There's never not a way to get into contact with me. We have so much to get into. I saw his first headline here, and I'm all about being woke. I'm all about changing my perspective on things. But there's some things, maybe it comes from me being Roman Catholic growing up. I didn't really believe in God, but I was forced to be. Where I think you sort of have to keep sex private sometimes. It doesn't always need to be sexual, because I see here Olivia Wilde reveals she was forced to cut out a lot of sexual scenes from her Don't Worry Darling trailer. We live in a really puritanical society. I don't know what that means. That's Olivia Wilde going, look at me. I know how to use big words to describe the fact that I want to look a little horny on camera, but I can't. So we're going to use the big word of puritanical to overcompensate. Here's how it is. I don't think kids should be exposed to sex that early on. So if they're at the movie theater or on YouTube, we don't really need to see Olivia Wilde receiving it looking all bored and missionary. Oh, yeah, we must see that in a movie trailer. If you are complaining that the sexual scenes were taken out of your movie probably isn't that good. Here's what she said. There's a lot that has to be taken out of the trailer. The MPA came down hard on me. And the trailer at the last second, I had to cut some shots, which I was upset about because I thought they would take it up another notch. I don't know what Olivia Wilde. I kind of want to see the movie now just to see her just look bored. Like, oh my God, I banged Jason Sudeikis. Now I'm banging Harry. I'm having a midlife crisis. That's the best stuff. A cougar having a midlife crisis? That's every man's dream.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe
Hoppe Hour. We'll be right back.
Oh, yeah. It's a real quick segment. This quick segment was brought to you by Amir Academy of Martial Arts at amiracademy.com. 2800 22nd Street North. And that's in St. Petersburg. Amir's the man. He's the best around.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour. Watch out. Hoppe is about to rant.
Listen to me, Randy. It doesn't matter what you look like on the outside, whether you're white or black or Sasquatch even. As long as you follow your dream, no matter how crazy or against the law it is. Except for Sasquatch. If you're Sasquatch, the rules are different.
Forget it, Meatwad. I'm a circus freak. That's all I'll ever be.
Whatever.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Oh, yeah. 856 49 Hoppe. I'm on the TMZ website right now, and I'm looking at the TMZ news. We got a few things to talk about, but they got this big-ass banner that says, "Who really killed Michael Jackson?" That would be Dr. Conrad Murray. Man, they're really having a slow news day now that Britney's kind of normal. Not really, but just not like... She's not held captive. She's free. So there's really nothing to talk about. So, who really killed Michael Jackson? It would be Conrad Murray giving him all those drugs. And also, I don't really think Michael Jackson was trying to be alive. I don't even think he knew what it meant to be alive. None of us really know what it means to be alive because we just are put here and then we die. But especially Michael Jackson. I don't think that guy ever had a human emotion besides, never mind, Jesus juice. Also, speaking of weird pop singers, The Weeknd canceled his concert because he lost his voice. The Weeknd barely got his concert going, the second of his 2 sold-out shows in LA, when he lost his voice and was almost in tears. SoFi was packed with 70,000 Weeknd fans when 15 minutes in, the band began playing Can't Feel My Face. The thing is, The Weeknd was nowhere to be seen at that moment. Turns out he was behind the scenes as the song played, trying to figure out what to do because he had no voice. Something happened during the previous song. He yelled and apparently blew out his vocal cords. So he literally can't feel his face, but he doesn't love it. The audience didn't know what was up. The song played and there was no Weeknd in sight. When the song ended, he came out and said, "It's killing it, but the show has to end because I have no voice. I can't give you the show I want to give you." Can you imagine paying $400 to get tickets? And then he's like, "I can't perform," which I guess it's on him that he can't perform, but the schedule's not getting easier. He's got shows in Mexico, South America, Asia, Sydney, New Zealand, Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. But he wants to do a make-good show in LA as soon as possible. Well, I just feel bad for anybody that literally spent the 2 hours, because driving 5 miles down a block takes 35 minutes in that trash can of a city, you know, as Los Angeles. So I can only imagine all these people driving around LA, sitting in traffic for 2.5 hours, and then after 10 minutes, the Weeknd's like, "I can't speak." That can't really be an emotion that human beings want to go through, sitting in traffic for 2.5 hours to go see the Weeknd at SoFi. Home of the LA Chargers. I think that's either way. 856-49-HOPPE. It's 856-494-6773. Now, I loved this year's Super Bowl halftime show with Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige, Eminem, Snoop Dogg, and Kendrick Lamar being really poetic. His was kind of boring. Well, I loved all the boomers that were like, "Yeah, why do they have the new hip hop out there? That's so lame. We need to see Bon Jovi for the 90th time at the halftime show." And all the boomers were unaware. All the boomers were out of touch to not realize that music is literally a lifetime. It's from the 90s, 30 years ago. Boomers are so in the past. They're like, wait, but hip-hop came out 2 days ago. My favorite movie is Weekend at Bernie's. Gen X at least can admit that time's going by. But baby boomers are like, no, there's no way that 1980 was 42 years ago. I'm like, relax, bud. You are lying to yourself. The incredible Super Bowl halftime show got a big score Saturday night, an Emmy for Outstanding Variety Special. And some big names took home some big hardware. Dr. Dre, who produced and performed in the show, won alongside Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar. And how could I forget about 50 Cent being upside down, everyone claiming he's fat when he bangs any side chick he wants, and everybody that said he was fat is actually fat. I love the whole critique of the halftime show. Like, none of us could go out there and do our thing. None of us could go out there and be like, oh, let's perform at the halftime show. But some Joe Schmo watching the Super Bowl while eating Buffalo Wild Wings in Omaha, Nebraska is like, this halftime show sucks. And it's like, well, that's the only thing that sucks in your house.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
And when they do, there's teeth.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Oh, yes. Following segment was brought to you by WestChasePrinting.com. I'm looking up here at the Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe banner here in my house. I got my business cards and much more from WestChasePrinting.com. Go there. They're going to already hook you up with a top-notch deal because they're the best printing company in all of the Bay Area. But when you go there, you tell them I sent you, they're going to hook you up.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
A $9,000 prostitute, please. Oh, do you have 9 $1,000 ones? Yeah, good. And if you got an albino, send her up too. And like 20 minutes, I'm gonna be asleep, so get them up here. I had like half a bottle of melatonin, 6 beers, this whole bucket of chicken. Oh, the Sandman is coming.
Call Hoppe now. 856-49-HOPPE. Tweet at him at Ryan Hoppe Radio. Or chat him live via the Hoppe Radio app.
Please don't be offended. He's sorry in advance.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Ryan Hoppe. 856-49-HOPPE. 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me. Yeah, Ryan Hoppe Radio. And you can always email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com. And if you're listening on the iHeart Radio app, use the talkback feature and tell me what you think. And if you're old school, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com. Snapchat, Ryan Hoppe Radio. I think you get the point on my branding. I see this here. And I'm just in utter disgust. Kevin Federline makes all men look bad. Kevin Federline makes every heterosexual, well, I assume he's heterosexual, man look bad. May you burn in hell, you piece of excrement. Actually, comparing K-Fed to a piece of excrement is an insult to a piece of excrement.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go.
So Kevin Federline went on 60 Minutes and said that Britney's father, Jamie, saved her life, while son Jaden defends his grandfather, who says he cares deeply for the singer. So we got a case of K-Fed and this piece of excrement known as Britney's dad and that dumb bitch known as Britney's mom. And yeah, it's not me being sexist. I'm just saying Britney's mom is a dumb bitch with no talent besides giving birth to Britney and living off of her, but claiming and gaslighting and claiming to be on her side. This whole family can burn in hell. But the thing is, Britney's not perfect either. You know, she's a little responsible on this end too. But that family, man, especially K-Fed, he makes all men look bad. Because right now, the heterosexual man looks like a piece of garbage, and deservedly so. Since the Me Too era, it's not very cool to be a heterosexual man. No one goes, oh yeah, I totally don't feel like a piece of garbage, because a lot of us look bad because of people like Harvey Weinstein or Jeffrey Epstein Goldstein. With my speech impediment, those names are fun to pronounce. You have all these guys making us all look bad. All look bad. And you got K-Fed on 60 Minutes in Sydney. Not even the American one. So all the people overseas that go, America sucks. You're covering us because we are the king. Not really. I just can't do this. Why are you turning the kids against her? Oh, that's right. You're a loser and you're going to lose money from her in about 2 weeks. The kids are going to turn 18 soon. Who's going to go, oh my God, we must hire K-Fed. He's such a talented guy. That hip-hop career really took off. He really went far. He really went and just did his thing. That K-Fed totally didn't live off of Britney the last 15 years.
I wasn't involved in any of it, so I really don't know how the conservatorship came about.
So if you don't know how it came about, don't say that what Jamie, her father, did to her was the right thing, because you don't know what she went through. You don't know if it was the right decision. You just said you knew nothing about it. So then don't go and say, oh, it was good for Britney. You knew nothing about it. You're just saying it was good for Britney because you're trying to go against Britney. You effing scumbag. You piece of crap. Here it is. Listen. This dirtbag, burn in hell.
I wasn't involved in any of it, so I really don't know.
So don't comment.
How the conservatorship came about. I don't know whose decision it was. I don't know.
So if you don't know anything, don't talk. Oh, that's right. You're Kevin Federline, and you have no redeeming talent, and you make the whole male gender look bad. Oh, God, I'm glad we have him being the authority on men.
All I know is that
hate you.
You have a family that is worried about their daughter and trying to do whatever they can to.
Oh yeah, they were so worried about her. They were just looking out for her, K-Fed. When I think of a family that totally cares about Britney Spears, I think of her family. When I think of a family that cares about their daughter, I think of those Spears, man.
Help her.
Oh, white trash. Just saying. I'm Kevin Federline. He just is so hateable. Like, if you saw Kevin Federline at like a corner bar, you want to get a few brews, so you go to a smoker bar in Largo, Florida, and you see Kevin Federline there, you want to punch him in the face. But you see him on TV, oh, he's Britney's ex. He's a loser. Loser, 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 do-do-do-do-do-do. You got such redeeming talent. You're K-Fed. What was that song? A little bit of rock and roll. Yeah, your career really took off.
I was mortified for her. I really was. I still feel bad for her.
In pain.
Why do you feel bad for her? She's free. We should feel bad for you because you got nothing coming for you in 2 years when the kids turn 18. Buddy boy, you got no redeeming talent. You're just projecting about yourself because you are the most smarmy, insincere man to ever walk on this planet.
I was mortified for her. I really was. I still feel bad for her.
In pain for her pain over her 13-year conservatorship.
Boy.
Oh, yeah, but she didn't suffer at all, K-Fed. You lived off that money, you dirtbag.
The boys. I had to worry about them. I couldn't.
Oh, you were so worried.
Britney's boys, Kevin Federline, is speaking out in a rare interview with famed international journalist Daphne Barak.
Oh, I'm such a big fan of her work. Who are you?
Giving a rare look at their teenage
Oh,
sons.
you're Daphne Barak.
So what are we doing here?
Oh, hell yeah. I'm glad he was interviewed by the great Daphne. Oh, yeah. She's a real Barbara Walters. Who the hell are you? We don't know who you are. And your big interviews are K-Fed. Your career is dead.
60 Minutes Australia posted this promo for Kevin's sit-down where he opens up about his short 2-year marriage.
Yeah.
It was amazing until it wasn't.
And the kids' decision not to go to their mother's summer wedding to San Mascari.
Yeah, he's totally not, hypnotizing them. I'm not saying Britney's the perfect person, but he's definitely turning her against him. Now, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I didn't think Kevin Federline was a real artist. I didn't go, oh yeah, Kevin Federline's really made it in music. But I didn't think that his numbers, I didn't think that his popularity was that bad. Like, I thought Kevin Federline would maybe average 100,000 listens on Spotify per month. Like, he'd do okay enough. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery, let me tell you that I have more listens than K-Fed per month, which is not much of an accomplishment. I get about 2,500 downloads, 2,500 individual people listening. He gets 1,500 monthly listeners. And it's not me trying to talk myself down, letting everybody know the amount of listeners I have. Because some people would say, until you have 250,000 listeners, you should never tell your downloads. I'm genuine as hell. I've never lied a day in my life. So when I tell you that I'm getting more listens per month than K-Fed, loser!
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah. A little bit of rock and roll on K-Fed. Oh, you're also a deadbeat dad. By the way, deadbeat dads make all men look bad. Okay. This following segment was brought to you by Rich Kylie, Master Barbershop. No, let me tell you that he's not a deadbeat dad. He's a good guy. He's also the best barber. Sign up at richkbarber.com, and when you sit down there, tell him I sent you.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Doctors say the life expectancy of the average man is now 76.2 years.
76.2, but I'm already 38.1. I've wasted half my life. Half my life gone, and I'm only guaranteed 38 more years.
Live from Tampa Bay, you are tuned in to Happy Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Creepy music.
Shut up! Shut up!
How I hate the royal family.
Shut up!
I want them all to burn in hell. Oh, was that a little too rude? They covered up Prince Andrew. Read the allegations. Oh, no way, Princess Diana died. So believable. Because when I think of a noble man, I think of Prince Charles. I see this headline here. Utterly ridiculous. Prince Charles arrives for traditional Sunday service at Balmoral without the Queen as she remains at home, ongoing fears for her health. But I thought you were a woman of the people. Everyone else has a little bit of case of the coughs and not knowing what a dentist is in Britain. Just hang out with them and go out to church. I mean, you are made of like tiger blood or something. She's never going to die. This whole planet's going to die, and then she'll be just put out into outer space. Like, the planet will literally explode, and the Queen will be floating in outer space. She ain't ever dying. I often wonder what the rich and elite take to survive. I often wonder what the rich and elite take. Because like, you look at like Joe Biden, and if that was any other guy, you'd think he'd be dead. But he's out there running the world. Got Mitch McConnell looking creepy. You got, what's her name? Pelosi looking like a dummy. You go, how do all these rich and elite win? Oh, they have access to things that the everyday average Joe doesn't have access to. And frankly, we should have access to, but the rich and elite keep it all for themselves. And then they tell us how to live our life.
Shut up!
Kiss my ass.
Shut up!
This next headline here, 2009 called. Let's go back to 2009. Because I can't just read this headline in all sincerity, even though there's really nothing sincere about the show. There's nothing genuine about the show. I mean, it's genuine, but it's just me talking crap for an hour. But I can't sincerely read this next headline, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery. I can't just read it without taking us into a time machine. You can't read this headline and go, why are you talking about this going on 2023? Why? Why must you do that? Breaking news from July 2009. You ready? Spencer and Heidi are in the news with Lisa Kudrow. Spencer Pratt claims Lisa Kudrow told wife Heidi Montag he would murder her. After that, he had seen serial killer eyes as he branded her one of the worst humans he ever met. So you got Lisa Kudrow telling Heidi Montag that he would murder her and that he has serial killer eyes. And he says that Lisa Kudrow is one of the worst humans ever. I think that's Spencer Pratt projecting. I liked Spencer Pratt in the way that I didn't like him because he's so hateable. He's such a dirtbag. But he's also so 2009 that it's kind of fun to rip into this midlife crisis piece of garbage. See you next Tuesday. 856-49 Hoppe. I got this right here, man. I got him looking fat as hell at the beach. Spencer Pratt's had a lot of pizza in the last 10 years. As this commercial loads, I want to let you know to leave me a message on the iHeartRadio app using TalkBack. All right, here's Spencer.
Year was 2009. Heidi and I were invited to our first real A-list elite party.
And the last one. I feel like 2009 was the only year Spidey, Spencer, and Heidi were invited to parties. And then all the original lead in LA were like, we can hang out with anybody, man. We can even hang out with Pedophile Island, but we cannot hang out with Spencer and Heidi. Hanging out with pedophiles, whatever. Hanging out with Spencer and Heidi, you are never being invited to anything past 2009. Because if you ever hear Spencer and Heidi talk about memories, it's always, July 2009, July 2000. That was 14 years ago. All right.
By the president of NBC. The party was held in the backyard of then chairman of NBC Universal's Malibu mansion. It was clear right when we got there that nobody wanted us there. It was almost like we were filming for Punk'd and the hidden camera was going to pop out. But Heidi and I didn't care. There was delicious food, open bar, beautiful views of the Malibu Ocean. As we were sitting there consuming a little caviar, Phoebe approaches, which was a little shocking since nobody had talked to us at all at the party. She then says, right in front of me, to Heidi, part 2 coming up to follow for more. So as we were standing near the buffet, that's when Phoebe Buffet rolls up. And right in front of me, she tells Heidi that she needs to get away from me as fast as possible because I'm going to murder Heidi and that I have the eyes of a serial killer. Heidi waits to see if this is a joke. Maybe this is a bit, a skit. Maybe this is a hidden camera show why we were invited to this elite party. No laughs. She just walks away. And that right there is the rudest...
Is the rudest thing I've ever gone through, even though I'm the biggest douchebag to everybody. But when I get a taste of my own medicine, I don't like it. I'm Spencer Pratt.
Moment I've ever encountered with a human being. No human beings ever come up to my wife and said that I was going to murder my wife and that I look like a serial killer.
Man, 14 years later, that really bothers you. It makes you wonder what's really going on in that brain of his. Like, if he's just letting a joke bother him, well, it's not really a joke, but if you're just letting a comment bother you, that really makes us wonder if you really would do it. I'm not saying he would do it, but if you're really letting that bother you, like people have told me, you don't deserve your girlfriend. She's hot. You got the girlfriend because of the radio show. Everything you've ever accomplished is because of radio. You would never have anything without people. You know why? I've worked hard, and I don't care. Run your mouth. I don't care. Me bringing it up, you might think I care, but I'm saying I don't care. Anybody can run their mouth on social media, on the radio. Say it to my face. Call me. Here's what I'm saying. They did it to Spencer, and he couldn't take it. He's run his mouth about everybody. Everybody runs their mouth about me, and you don't even know me. I don't even know me. I'm 29 years old, dude. Get the hell out of here. Nirvana wins dismissal of child porn case by man who posed as a naked baby for the 1991 Nevermind cover. As judge rules, it was too long ago. Spencer Eldon, 30, was the baby on the cover. Makes you feel old that the baby that was on the cover is 30. By the way, it is kind of a weird cover. I know that this spoiled millennial brat that's got nothing going on in his life, that he has to sue something from 30 years ago. Yeah, it really was. Wow, I just like slurred. I sounded like a drunk person on Fourth. I really think it was a creepy album. A naked baby. Oh, that's something I really want to see. All the 30 million copies they sold. But when you wait 3 decades, 359 months about to sue somebody, yeah, you're not genuine. You're not real. If you were really bothered by it, you would have sued like maybe, I don't know, 28 years ago, 29 years ago. I don't know, even maybe 30 years ago. But you're looking for a cash grab. And I don't know if Courtney Love is in charge of Nirvana, but all the bad people around Kurt Cobain, that I'm not saying they were the reason he died, but he didn't really have a good crew around him. That same crew is probably running Nirvana, and they know how to win lawsuits. And a dumb millennial that no one's heard of suing Nirvana, one of the most influential bands of all time. Yeah, that's a really good career decision. Not try to network with Nirvana and have like a one-on-one interview 30 years later. He makes all millennials look bad. So what have we learned so far in Hoppe Hour? K-Fed makes all men look bad, and this millennial that sued Nirvana makes all millennials look bad.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah. This following segment was brought to you by the best CBD and Delta 8 company in the Bay. That's better. Go to dbinfusions.com and tell David I sent you for the best CBD and Delta 8 in the Bay.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Well, it was good while it lasted, I guess.
But Sheriff, the glory hole is the pride and joy of Dougal County.
Fella found an even older glory hole 2 towns over. Lord knows I ain't looking forward to telling the tourism board about this.
Such an elegant concept. A simple lowly hole to commemorate his glory.
Call Hoppe now. 856-49-HOPPE. Tweet at him at Ryan Hoppe Radio. Or chat him live via the Hoppe Radio app.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Oh, yeah. 856-49-HOPPE. 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com.
Hoppe Hot Topic.
Next in Duh.
On Thursday, a new report was published showing the devastating impact of the pandemic on young American students.
Oh, I thought it was going to be positive to not leave your house for 2 years.
Many parents saw it as an indictment of officials who kept schools closed for too long.
Yeah, I don't really know what we were supposed to do. I feel like everybody dropped the ball. Not one person did it right. We don't know anything about it, about COVID. It was created, and people were like, it's natural. It's just... We're doomed. Blow up this country already. We don't deserve this planet.
The study showed a generation of testing gains in some subjects wiped out in the last 2 years, with the worst impact on students already struggling to keep up.
Yeah, I was talking to my little cousin last night. He's turned 18. He's in college now. Makes me feel old as hell. And I was talking to him, and it's like he told me it really affected him. You just don't leave your house and you're around your mom all day.
So what should have been done differently?
A lot of things.
How can kids catch up now?
It's too late.
NBC's Jesse Kirsch has our Sunday Focus.
This week, fears over COVID's learning curveballs confirmed.
My fourth grader now. I'm trying to give him as much attention as I can.
What's 1 + 1? 9!
The nation's report card, the National Assessment of Educational Progress, is considered the gold standard in testing. Its most recent findings, focused on 9-year-olds tested in 2020 and 2022, saw the equivalent of 2 decades of progress erased.
That's not good. They're the future.
The biggest decline in both math and reading in more than 30 years.
Oh, sure.
These results are sobering.
Dr. Peggy Carr, who oversaw the assessment for the department.
If they're so sobering, we should just show this news clip whenever people leave a Ybor City Club. You want to feel sober? Watch this news clip about the future of kids. Forget about PDLI.
Decades of progress erased. The biggest decline in both math and reading in more than 30 years.
These results are sobering.
Yeah,
Dr. Peggy Carr, who oversaw the assessment for the Department of Education, says results showed decline across the board, with disadvantaged students among those hardest hit.
Yeah, that must have sucked.
Disabled students struggling more than others. And in math, the gap between black and white students grew by 8 points. One researcher estimating that translates to black students being an additional 6 months behind.
Are we looking at a generation that is never going to recover?
Yeah, probably, bro.
Certainly it's a generation of students that have experienced something that none of us have experienced before. If we don't figure out how to catch these students up,
I think we're doomed. Because they're about to go through their hormones and that, and they're going to be annoying as hell.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
A lot to get to in Pop Start this morning. A full block for you. First up, let's start with Chris Rock. It's been 5 months, since the legendary comedian made headlines for being on the receiving end of that infamous Oscars slap. Well, this morning, he's making Oscars news once again. Only this time, it's for speaking out about a reported offer by the Academy to host next year's ceremony.
Hey, you know how you got punched in the face and everybody pretty much defended Will at the show anyway? You want to come back and go to our record low ratings? Yeah. Good idea.
Sunday, according to local newspaper, the Arizona Republic, Rock told the...
Wow, a newspaper broke the news in 2022? That's really big. Newspapers were relevant for a day.
The audience at his sold-out Phoenix show that he turned down the chance to MC next year's awards. The comedian joking that it would be like returning to the scene of a crime. Since March, he's been relatively tight-lipped about the Oscars fiasco, except for comments made during his live and phone-free stand-up gigs,
and his girlfriend's been pretty tight-lipped lately, too.
We don't always get to hear, but Chanel, I know you're a little...
I know, I want him to change his mind. I feel like you go back and you nail it, he'll be funnier than ever. He's already so...
You guys are on NBC, and I believe the show is on NBC, right? Or is it on ABC? So maybe that conspiracy doesn't work. Either way, you're babbling about nothing.
Keeping up with the movie-watching nostalgia. Next up, Netflix. Remembers back in the day when you had to rent Netflix movies, you'd wait for that little paper envelope to show up with...
Yeah, it was annoying as hell. I was like, this company's never going to go anywhere.
One DVD would come in the mail, and then you'd have to send it back before you could get the next movie that was in your queue. Well, if you can believe it, today marks 25 years since Netflix came into our lives. In honor of the big anniversary, the entertainment giant is celebrating fans where they walk.
But let's be real here. Like, who was really using it in the early 2000s? I feel like it's 15 years old. I feel like 07 is when it should be told that its first success happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's 25 years old, but I just don't. It was all about going to Blockbuster if you were in the Midwest, Family Video or Hollywood Video. Which, by the way, let me wrap up this point about Netflix. It's turning 25. Blah 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 blah. Good for them. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls in the gallery, we need to have a talk real quick. Renting movies was not that good. Everybody's living in the past lately going, oh, I miss paying $5.95 for a VHS. No, you miss being young. The process of renting a movie was annoying because a lot of times you had to go to the second or third location because it didn't have the movie. A lot of times if you grew up like middle class, you couldn't afford to rent the big movies. You missed the 90s. Everybody misses the 90s. People that were born a half a century ago, we're talking about the 70s and the 90s. It's the new 70s. Everybody likes the 90s. You can miss going out with your friends on a sleepover or a night where it was like the original Netflix and chill. Maybe you got laid renting Die Hard. I don't know. It's cool if you have memories of renting things. But remember the late fees? And they would yell at you if you didn't rewind it. At least my guy did at Family Video. You didn't rewind the movie. Whatever, bro. Relax. I much prefer these services. Give me Netflix, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Amazon Video, HBO Max, Peacock, whatever. Give me all of them. I like being able to just watch everything on my couch. I don't want to go out in public and look at people. Man, last night I went out for my birthday. Oh, happy birthday, Ryan. You turned 29. Woo! And I went to the dignitary headquarters with Ian Beckles, and it was a great time. Afterwards, we went to Circle K to get some snacks before the Uber picked up me and my girlfriend. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that last night, the crazies were out. The crazies are always out around midnight in Tampa Bay, but they were really out last night.
Celebrities being robbed, their homes broken into after they flaunted their luxe lifestyles on social media.
But that doesn't mean that they should be robbed. Oh, celebrities are showing off what they bought because they earned it through hard work. That should be why people are allowed to rob them. This is very passive-aggressive by this reporter. Oh, they flaunted on social media and then they got robbed afterwards. They should be allowed to flaunt it. They earned it.
Now to celebrities being robbed. You're
just jealous because you're some news reporter making $500,000 and no one knows who you are.
Now to celebrities being robbed, their homes broken into after they flaunted their luxe lifestyles on social media. Mariah Carey, just one of those victims, and Eva Pilgrim has the details.
This morning, gang member Roundup. 26 alleged gang members indicted following a series of crimes in the Atlanta area targeting high-profile celebrities like Mariah Carey, Atlanta Falcons player Calvin Ridley, and Real Housewives star Marlo Hampton.
Who? But in all sincerity, that must suck getting robbed. And it's like, you're just invasion of privacy, man. It's creepy.
If you thought Fulton was a good county to bring your crime to bring your violence to, you are wrong. And you are going to suffer consequences.
Hell yeah.
And today is the start of some of those consequences.
The Fulton County District Attorney says the crimes involved 16 victims, the incident starting in 2018.
Oh, yeah. Good old Georgia. Just the place to be.
Shut up!
Sandy Springs Police Department body cam footage showing some of those arrests. The suspects are now facing charges ranging from home invasions, kidnapping, armed robberies, and shootings.
It's a lot of crimes, man. It's a big resume builder.
The members allegedly targeting people who displayed their wealth on social media.
I gotta skip over this. That's the most millennial thing. They have things I don't have because I don't have any talent to manifest anything, so let me rob them.
In today's Tech Bites, Meta is reportedly looking to expand paid features across Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp.
Oh, that's just what I want to do. In this economy, where I'm barely getting by, that's for the rich and elite. Let me pay for Meta. Let me pay for Facebook. You're a sheep.
One company executive said they're seeking opportunities to build new products and experiences that people would be willing to pay for. Apple is out with an update of iOS 12 to deal with...
By the way, so everybody said, you got to update iOS. You got to update iOS. You got to update iOS. And I was peer pressured by my mom and other friends. Hey, for security reasons, you got to update your iPhone. And I believe that an iPhone has about a 2-year limit. It's called the touch disease. Read it, where the phone begins to die right around every 2 years when they release a new phone. And my phone's going on 20 months. And this just in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls that can't do math, in about 3 months, my phone will be 2. And I updated it, and now it's behaving like the last phone that I had to replace. And I go, I am a sheep. I fell for the pressure.
A security flaw. If you're hanging on to iPhone models 5S, 6, or 6 Plus, you'll need to download a security patch. Just go to...
Yeah, download all these things that are going to make your phone die, bitch.
Settings, click on...
So then you can spend $1,000 and give them money. They can't even make durable cords because they want you to replace it. Apple needs money. If they made good things that don't need to be replaced, you would never buy a new Apple product. Why do you think the cords break so easily? Why do you think the phones die? They don't want you to have a phone for 20 years.
Click on General, then select Software Update. And LG has its first bendable OLED TV called the...
Oh, that's cool. That sounds like something that wouldn't break if you had kids. Let's get a bendable TV. Lame. I want to get a TV that's going to break really easily.
Bendable OLED TV called the LG Flex. It allows a choice between flat and curved modes at the touch of a button. The curved screen provides a more immersive gaming experience.
I feel so much more into this game now that I'm able to like turn the screen a little bit. Now I'm more in the zone, bro. When I'm a millionaire and I can buy whatever the hell I want, I'm not buying that. Today I went to Dollar Tree and I bought 25 Bang Energies for about $30. Because when you buy 25, everything's a quarter, so it's adding $5 to that. I will go to Dollar Tree and anywhere when I'm a millionaire to save money. I'm not buying a TV that can like bend. I ain't paying $3 for a Bang Energy when I can go to a bad neighborhood and go to Dollar Tree. You got to save your money.
Neither the price nor the release date has been made public.
I'm sure the price is totally going to be worth it. Look at me, I have a TV that can bend.
Ship has sailed for Leonardo DiCaprio and his girlfriend of more than 4 years, Camilla Morrone.
She seems like she's got such a riveting personality. And him, not him, unless she maybe identifies as a him, but Camille Morrone, the ex of Leonardo DiCaprio, I'm sure they vibed with such good conversations.
Sources close to the Titanic star and model tell E! News the pair have split.
And that their relationship sunk. Get what I did there?
47-year-old Leo and 25-year-old Camila were first linked in December 2017.
Well, that's a pretty good run. I mean, I'm sure he cheated on her with every side chick on his yacht. Man, if you got a blue light for the yacht of Leonardo DiCaprio, there'd be a lot of, you know what I'm saying.
When the Don't Look Up actor was spotted leaving her home in Los Angeles. That same month, the pair spent the holidays together in Colorado with Leo's longtime pal, Tobey Maguire.
All my side chicks have to go home for the holidays because they're about 19 years old. So I'll hang out with you, my girlfriend. Then I'm going to be really busy on private business trips and I'm going to leave you at home for 5 days while I bang every side chick on my yacht in Italy because I'm Leonardo DiCaprio and I'm a walking midlife crisis.
Though Leo and Camilla typically kept their romance low profile, the two kicked up the PDA a notch while attending Coachella together in April 2018.
Look at us, we're kissing. I love when the media does that. Oh, look, they're making out for 5 minutes. That means everything's good. No, that just means they're horny as hell.
That November, a source told E! News that the romance between the pair was, quote, getting more serious.
Yeah, he's dating her for a month. It's really serious now. It's the longest relationship he's ever been in. 4 years. Congratulations.
They've been inseparable for the last year and are crazy about one another. They've got to know each other's families, and they love being together.
Let me see how old this Camila Morrone is. I wonder what it's like when you bring him home to dinner. Can't be like a good time because you're just like, he's here to bang my daughter and then leave in 2 years. She's 25 and he's 47. Oh, yeah. And they began dating when she was 21. He's definitely got a type. Him and Scott Disick should hang out.
Later that year, Camilla addressed backlash surrounding her and Leo's age gap.
I don't get the backlash. When a woman does it, she's being empowering. But when a man does it, he's a creep. That's a double standard.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Ran out of breath there. Just saying.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah. Who else do I got here? This following segment is brought to you by FitzAgeFitness.net. The best around. Nothing's going to keep them down. It's Devin Prasad.
Board.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour. Call Hoppe now. 856-49-HOPPE. Tweet at him at Ryan Hoppe Radio. Or chat him live via the Hoppe Radio app.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Happy Hot Topic!
Hey, it's Amir for Hollywood Life with your news and entertainment, and let's kick the day off with some good old Bennifer news.
Hell yeah, Bennifer, woo!
This week, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck released their official wedding portrait 2 weeks after their big day, and it's just as dreamy as it sounds.
Oh, I'm sure their wedding was so dreamy and not fake and pretentious.
In the photo, which you can see on Hollywood Life's site, the couple are gazing into each other's eyes while standing in front of a sign that reads Mr. and Mrs. Affleck.
That's cool.
This portrait also shows J-Lo wearing a custom Ralph Lauren gown with a 20-foot veil, while Ben looks handsome as well with a white blazer.
Ben Affleck looking handsome?
He never holds back?
That was the wrong button. Ben Affleck looking handsome? Wow! That's really hard for him. A good-looking guy looking handsome? A round of applause.
It's so nice to see it all finally coming together, even if it did take maybe nearly 20 years.
She's bringing the humor to Hollywood life.
Okay, but moving on to Britney Spears and her children, because it doesn't look like they are coming back together anytime soon. This week, the pop star's son, Jaden Federline, did an interview with documentary filmmaker Daphne Barrick for...
And screw that dummy for doing the documentary. We played this earlier.
Daniela Monet is the latest former child actor to call out Nickelodeon. Earlier,
man, growing up, I wanted to be a child actor because I wanted to be famous, but now I'm good. They get exploited.
This month, iCarly star Jeanette McCurdy made shocking allegations against the kids' TV network in her memoir, I'm Glad My Mom Died.
That's awkward.
Now, in an article published August 30th, Daniela, who played Trina Vega on Victorious, tells Business Insider some of the wardrobe on the show was not age appropriate and that she, quote, wouldn't even wear some of that today as an adult.
Yeah, everybody needs to kind of think about how creepy Nickelodeon is. Dan Schneider should burn in hell.
The 33-year-old also recalls contacting Nickelodeon about a Victorious scene in which she eats a pickle while applying lip gloss to express concern that it was too sexual.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Aired anyways. Despite most of the show being, quote, very PC, funny, silly, friendly, chill, she notes sometimes...
Trust me, there was nothing funny about the show.
Sometimes there were questionable moments, adding, do I wish certain things like didn't have to be so sexualized? Yeah, 100%. Meanwhile, Alexa Nicholas, who starred in the first 2 seasons of Zoe 101, detailed to Insider her experience working with Dan Schneider, creator of Zoe 101, Victorious, iCarly, and Drake and Josh. Alexa told the outlet Schneider once screamed at her until she broke down in tears, and that
sociopath!
He would often take photos with teenage actresses sitting on his lap. According to the New York Times, in her book, Jeanette writes about being, quote, photographed in a bikini at a wardrobe fitting and being encouraged to drink alcohol by an intimidating figure she simply calls the creator. E! News has reached out to reps for Schneider, Daniela, and Nickelodeon and has not heard back.
Yeah, I don't really expect Dan Schneider to go, yeah, I'm a pedophile.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Oh, yes. Following segment is brought to you by the best podcast network in all of the universe. Quadpod.com. QODPOD.com. This has also been brought to you by ZRadioLive.com. Z Radio Live on Odyssey and TuneIn. And you can listen to Happy Hour syndicated every Thursday at 5 p.m. East Coast time, 4 p.m. Central at ZRadioLive.com.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Oh, this little guy. Buddy, if I had a peanut, I'd give it to you.
I love you. Bizarro, I love you.
Hey, who's got a peanut for turtle face? Don't, he's allergic.
They'll kill me.
He's the voice of a generation that got screwed by the baby boomers. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
You know, you have to make a choice whether you want to pay your light bill or whether you want to put food on the table.
Tamara Edwards raised 4 children on her own in Mississippi, applying for welfare benefits just once for childcare while she worked. Each year, Mississippi gets $86 million in welfare money from the federal government, though the state rejects 90% of those who apply.
Oh, that's good. Reject everybody that's suffering. Go, Mississippi, go!
Apply, including Edwards.
When I reapplied, I was not able to be on it.
Oh, that's good. I'm sure that the $86 million is going to all the good places. Just saying.
again because they told me that they didn't have the fundings for it.
Yeah.
But the state was dispersing millions more of its welfare dollars, just not to families that urgently needed it.
Oh, that's good. Because when I think of corruption, I don't think of politicians.
Court documents and audit reports, the state alleges that the head of Mississippi's welfare agency squandered more than $70 million.
So pretty much the rest of the Mississippi got. Let me re-say that. Take two. So there's 86 million, and the head honchos get 70. So that means the rest of Mississippi got 16. Sounds like a fair deal.
Intended for children in poverty. Instead, using it as a private slush fund to benefit his family and friends.
Oh, hell yeah. Go, Mississippi, go.
Tens of millions of dollars on items like hiring retired pro wrestlers, first-class air travel,
hookers,
a horse ranch, and $5 million to build this women's volleyball facility at the
It's so ugly, too.
University of Southern Mississippi.
Oh, I'm sure the girls there are so cool in University of Mississippi.
That building with ties to an NFL Hall of Famer. Brett Favre's daughter played volleyball at the university. Text messages obtained by Mississippi Today show Favre saying he helped secure government grant money for a new arena. And he personally was paid more than $1 million to give 3 motivational speeches that never happened.
Oh, man. I never liked him.
Favre declined to talk to NBC News.
Yeah, of course he would. But if it goes on TMZ Sports to pretty much be passive-aggressive towards Tom Brady, I'll do that.
But his attorney says he has been questioned by the FBI. Favre says he never knew it was welfare money and paid it back after demands by state officials.
Either way, you're in a little bit of trouble.
And let's start things off with Cher and Dua Lipa. This week, fans thought it would be a good idea to call the 27-year-old singer the Cher of our generation.
Easy now. Why can't she be the first and only Dua Lipa? Everybody's got to compare. LeBron, Jordan, let everybody be the first and only version of themselves.
And let's just say this did not sit well with the OG. Cher simply responded to the now deleted tweet by asking, how many years are in a generation? While also adding the thinking emoji.
All right, shut up, boomer.
Now, Dua is extremely talented, but clearly Cher isn't here for the comparison.
Yeah, because Cher's a sociopath. Oh, I'm sure she's so delightful to hang out with.
But how do you all feel about this? Let us know in the comments.
I don't like her.
Moving on to Jojo Siwa because...
Oh, Jojo Siwa, another really delightful individual.
She is going down memory lane with her good old pal, Justin Bieber.
Those two douchebags deserve each other.
Yesterday, the pop star took to TikTok to share a time when the Peaches singer roasted her for her wildly colorful new BMW convertible.
You have a nice car, you loser. Oh, you're driving a 2022 car. You're a loser.
That also had her face painted on it and how he told her to, in fact, burn it.
Well, I would too.
Now, this video has been viewed over 13 million times so far, and fans definitely added their input as they took to the comment section. One user said that Justin didn't have the confidence to get a car with his face on it, while another...
No, he's not humble, but he's a little humbler than her. Look at me, I'm on a car. Woo! Well, she's like the new Ellen DeGeneres. Yuck.
Person added that JB sounds like an older brother.
Yeah, you don't say. He's almost 30. He might know a thing or two about being a... crazy adolescent.
We love to see some good banter between our favorite celebs. All right, and now let's talk about the question we've all been wondering. What rock has Stacey Dash been living under? Yesterday, the actress shocked the internet when she posted a video of herself in tears as she shared that she had just learned that DMX had passed away. Now, for those of you who might not know, but hopefully you do know, the rapper transitioned in April of last year. Well, Stacey...
Transitioned. That's... When I think... never mind. He didn't transition. He died.
Hey, it's Amir for Hoppe Life with your Car General Roundup, starting with Travis Barker and Scott Disick because fans have somehow found a way to compare the two. This week, people discovered some excerpts from the Blink-182 drummer's 2015 memoir, Can I Say, and they fear he might have some things in common with Scott.
Don't say women having a type? Whoa! Breaking news, women often have a type.
One of the things that fans seem to be worried about is when Travis admitted to cheating on his ex-wife, Shannon Moakler, and to
I would too. I would never cheat, but if it was her, get out of here.
being a sex addict. One person commented, after all that cheating, I just don't think they're going to last.
Oh, wow. People saying anonymous things on the internet and it being mean. Say it to his face, you pussies.
He brags about it in his memoir. And another user wrote, he's a self-admitted sex addict, and Courtney hated that about Scott. When the honeymoon
But now she's really getting good sex.
phase ends,
That's the difference.
it's gonna get messy. What do you all think? Let us know in
It's
the
been messy all the time.
comments down below. Okay, but speaking of comments, Kylie Jenner is clapping back once again. This week, someone commented on the beauty mogul's TikTok and claimed that the reality star was being inauthentic with her promotion of her new lip blushes for Kylie Cosmetics.
You don't say. Somebody who is completely out of touch with society, not being authentic. Breaking news.
User called Kylie's actions cringy since she was recording herself in a car rather than a multi-million-dollar home. Well, the 25-year-old did not hold back and immediately responded to the user by saying that it's really not that deep or calculated, and that the video only took her 5 minutes to make. But Kylie also added that despite what the fan thinks, she still drives and does normal things.
Well, good for you. You can relate to us peasants. Make a sex tape, then maybe we'll care. All right, let's see what's going on here.
What are your thoughts on those conspiracy videos saying that you're illiterate?
Did you hear?
So this is on what's happening live with Andy Cohen, and they were taking calls, and someone said to that dirty, rotten imbecile known as Leah Michelle from Glee that she doesn't know how to read.
What are your thoughts on those conspiracy videos saying that you're illiterate?
Did you?
If you're really responding to it, Leah Michelle, then you're probably illiterate. You can hang out with Floyd Mayweather.
You hear about this?
No.
What? You don't know about this? How long do you have?
4 years later, and Leah Michelle's officially putting to bed the rumor she can't read.
That's not the only thing she put to bed that night.
Just wild. In an interview with the New York Times, the actress addresses the conspiracy that began in 2018, which involved her time on Glee.
Fame is the most important thing in our culture now. And if there's one thing I learned, it's that no one's just going to hand it to you.
And there's one thing I learned. You're not a good person.
I love him.
I should probably skip over this. Let me get to the good part. Right here.
Quote, I went to Glee every single day. I knew my lines every single day.
That's good.
And then there's a rumor online that I can't read or write. It's sad. It really is.
Yeah, your life is.
Yeah, the rumor is that the show's producer, Ryan Murphy, read Leah her lines.
I mean, it's possible. She doesn't seem like a rocket scientist, I'll tell you that.
She's actually shut down in the past.
By the way, not only do I have to memorize pages and pages, they said that Ryan Murphy would have to read the lines to me. Yes. Ryan called me, he's like, do people think that I have the time in my life to come and do this? He's like a billionaire. I've got to step to
Oh, man. Imagine hanging out with her. No. Thank you.
Happy Hot Topic!
Okay, Boomer, let's spend our money on big things.
You're looking at the most valuable piece of sports memorabilia in history. It's a mint condition Mickey Mantle baseball card from 1952. It just sold at auction for, get ready, $12.6 million.
Wow, I'm glad money's going to really good use in this world.
She's very much like a housewife in that she can't stop talking about the very thing that she wants to be irrelevant. She wants to sort of like eradicate and erase the royal family.
Yeah.
Bethany Frankel slamming Meghan Markle for acting more housewife than HRH.
Yeah, if I hear the headline, Bethany Frankel slams Meghan Markle, and it's about words, not actions, then I'm not really into it.
So you want to be a voice for change, a woman for female empowerment.
Yeah.
So do that. So do that in the future. Why do we keep in these nuanced, subtle ways, keep referencing things that happened in the past?
You know, the proof that our society is doomed is when Bethany Frankel is the voice of reason. We are so doomed.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
And like that, he's gone. Happy Hour is now over. Happy Hour is now over. Happy Hour is now over.